in the Maxi taxi, there was a little spot for the disabled section. So there's a lot of leg room.
Yeah, there's a ton of leg room. Very spacious.
Just take a turn a bit too hard, I guess. This girl chucks violently everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah, it's not good.
And I'm
Been there, done that.
I'm in the very back, so I'm prime position. The smell's not going to hit me yet. I can see the visuals. I can laugh my ass off without getting
you're
judged.
chilling.
I'm good. The only thing is maybe I don't want to drink my drink a little bit more. Yep. And so we stop off. The Indian taxi driver was pissed. He was so mad because there is throw up all through it. And he has to clean it up, right? Even if he's getting paid, it's like I'm now missing a certain portion of my night. I'm now I'm getting paid to clean this up, but that's actually taking away from my night. And also, I don't want to clean up.
No one wants to clean up someone else's vomit.
So this girl, as the caring individual she was, we all get out of the taxi, and the side door's obviously open, and she's feeling bad, but also still very drunk.
Yeah, not really with it.
As much as we would like to wish this would happen, you chuck up and then bang, you're back to normal. Yeah. You can go again. It's not like that.
For most people, it isn't. For some, it is, but for most, it's
not. So she's still a bit, tipsy and just moving around too much. She sees the taxi driver use some baby wipes and trying to clean up the vomit, but also being like,
It's just spreading.
So she obviously felt bad, which is good. She felt bad.
That's good.
So
she's a real life person. She's not an NPC.
So if I could lay the scene, think of if you were to open up a Maxi taxi, the side door, you open it up, goes,
yeah,
there we go.
Love sound effects are always prime.
You step in, you got that flat surface where if someone was disabled, their wheelchair would go in.
Yep.
That's all flat, and then you got the chairs around it. That's where all the throw up is, right?
Okay.
She sees him cleaning up, and she goes, "Oh, I'll help." Whacks her arm on the flat surface, the very right of the door, and then held it down and swooshed all the vomit out.
That's so grim.
Of the taxi.
That's fucking
with her
really
hand.
grim. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Trying to make
Credit to her, but I don't like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Morokaii with Two Eyes. We are back. We're on every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 7 a.m. on Spotify and 4:30 p.m. on YouTube. Now, the one thing I always see on American movies that has always fascinated me because it looks exciting, it looks fun, is prom.
Prom does look fucking amazing.
Now, why don't I feel the same about Deb and Formal in Australia?
Yeah, or fucking valedictory.
I didn't want to do
fucking high school.
I didn't want to do any of them. I didn't go to Deb.
I also did not go to the Deb.
Yeah.
Not by choice.
The idea of finding a partner, dancing with them in front of a lot of people, having that little spell. I don't know how other schools did theirs, but I saw ours, and it was you would walk down this stairway while they...
A lot of stairs.
Yeah, a lot of stairs. And they would say your interests, your likes, what you want to do in your future. I don't need all those eyes on me.
It's a lot of eyes. That is actually a lot of eyes.
It's too much pressure.
So, well, I just, finding a partner was the hardest thing for me. So, yeah, I'm fortunate.
You're doing all right now, mate.
I am. I'm lucky. I'm doing a lot better than what high school version of me was.
You're kicking goals right now, mate.
I am, man. I'm trying.
High school, you got to enjoy the video games. You got to do all that stuff.
That is very true. That is very true. Nowadays, not so much. No, I'm kidding. No, nowadays is all right. But no, Deb was like, well, I didn't do it. I just remember seeing all the videos, and our high school, they were like all around a piano. Someone was like able to play a piano, and like they were all like singing some song.
Yeah, I thought it was all cringe.
And
I thought all of it, none of it looked exciting, fun, anything to me.
White gloves that all the guys were wearing as well. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Michael Jackson, what are you doing?
Yeah, there was. We did go to Formal.
Formal was great.
Do you not want to whack up on the YouTube? I'm going to
whack up. To do this one.
The photos of me and you back to front.
Oh, well, it was funny. So, genuinely last night, which is so fucked, I was actually looking back through like my old photos. I was like, fuck, I remember when I had hair. The cap's not coming off, by the way. But when I had hair in high school, and I was looking through, and I'm like looking at the year 10 Formal, because I'm like, where the fuck's Luke? And then I remember that like, you were still like in that, like we still had that big group, but then you still had like that other group, I suppose, for you. Because I'm not looking, because I was like, I swear Luke was in the limo with me.
No, I missed the limo.
Yeah, so that's the thing. That fucked me out, because I'm like looking, I'm like, there's that person that I don't like. There's that person that I liked. There's that guy. Oh, that guy was all I remember from the fucking stretch, because we were in a stretch Hummer, and it just went around the block about 5 times. I just remember fucking S&M by fucking Rihanna came on about 10. Mate, if I hear that song today, I will legitimately kill myself.
Wasn't a good vibe in the limo?
No, man. After the 5th time of S, and like I was just like, please.
You know what I love?
Please change the song.
From where you got the limo to where the where the formal was is so short. So I find it hilarious. I literally maybe a kilometre away.
Yeah,
so no wonder
pointless.
he wanted you guys to have the experience. You guys were just doing the long route 5 times
like,
over.
Don't get me wrong. Like the limo experience itself was like kind of cool. A lot squishier than I thought it was going to be as well. I must admit.
Overrated or underrated? I think it's
limos
overrated.
So well, especially underage limos.
Yep.
Incredibly overrated. You can't drink.
Just get a good desert, I reckon.
Yeah, legit, man.
Yep.
Or even just like a nice car. Like seriously, a nice car that's been vacuumed, washed.
Oh, can I tell a story? I've got a story that I've forgot about this, and I hate it to this day.
Wow.
So we'll go back to limos, formals, Deb, all that stuff soon because we've got a couple of stories. Mate, one time I remember I got in a Maxi taxi. Okay?
Maxi taxis. Yeah.
Mate, Maxi taxis are rare, to be honest.
They are. My best personal experiences when I was with like you, buddy, Brian.
Yep.
Nathaniel.
Yeah.
And,
whatever we
and
call
Damo.
them.
Yeah, whatever we call them these days. Mate, we're in the fucking
Jason,
Maxi with them.
Yep.
That vibe was immaculate. That was probably been one of my most hands down favourite Maxi taxi experiences I have ever had.
It was
because there's not a lot.
It was Compliment City.
It was, man. It was left, right, and centre. I've never felt so loved and cherished by such a group in my life. I felt so empowered.
They will do that. They
They
talk
really
you
will.
up like there is no tomorrow. They're so genuine.
Honestly,
in that
shout
way.
out to them.
Yeah, no, they are
Great
absolute
bunch of lads.
fantastic. But you know what's funny on a night out? When you have those moments where everyone's just vibing, they compliment each other nonstop. It's like, I'm so glad you ended up with Rebecca. You guys just meshed. So I'm so glad you and Steve sorted out your differences. You're just best mates. Nate, your mum's real hot. Is it all right if I come over tomorrow night?
Sure, we're baking cookies. Yes.
Chocolate chip. And then there's those other times where the night it kind of wears off and everyone stops talking. It's like, man, I want to go to bed. And I would be this guy, that one guy who wanted to be like, no, let's keep going.
You were that fucking guy.
Wait, let's just...
No, do you want to stay until the sun comes up? I don't care.
Bro, let's watch the sunrise.
For the rest of the week, he's like, man, I feel so shit.
You're sitting there like, oh, I don't know, man. I kind of want to go to bed. No, let's watch the sunrise.
Fuck it, all right. Burn on the fucking oval. Fuck.
We did walk to an oval one time, didn't we? So... Anyway, this Maxi taxi, we were getting it, and it was before Ubers were big. I don't even think Ubers...
I don't think Ubers were around...
Might have been when I was 18, so...
If they were existing, they weren't here in Oz, I feel.
Yeah, I don't think it was popular yet. Same with Halloween. Halloween
mate,
needs to get
that's
popular
popped
over
up
here.
everywhere.
But it needs to get bigger. Halloween's a good one.
So Halloween is a good one. I feel like over the years now, it's slowly getting bigger and bigger than like what it originally
When
was.
I used to live out in the valley where houses were, far and in between, and if you were to walk to your neighbour, you're having a good walk. I can't just take 5 steps and I'm over to my neighbour's place now. We had one weird kid with his sister, and I remember they were like knocking for like candy, and they went up the entire, I reckon, a solid 2 kilometre walk. Fuck. And I could tell when I drove past, their bag wasn't even close to filled. Like maybe a few lollies here and there, because everyone who they knocked on was like, what are you doing? No one did it.
I remember doing it at like the age of, it would have been like 16, 17, me and 2 other mates. And I remember 2 people specifically. One, we like knocked on the door, we're like, treat, and the person just opened the door, they're like, guys, surely you're a bit old for this. The guy who I will tell you who it was after the video, because you won't be shocked when I say, he's just like, mate, just shut up and give us candy. Which I always pissed myself laughing. Another place that we went, this guy's like, fuck guys, I've got no candy, but if you're able to split a $50 note between the 3 of you, then I guess you can have this. And we were like,
that's better than candy.
Well, I was like, that's better than candy, but I felt bad because I was like, nah, man, like, yeah, it's all good. Like, I just wanted a Freddo frog. Like, so I was like, no, fuck it. You guys made the effort to walk all the way up this hill, so you may as well leave with something.
What a baller.
I was just like, I don't know if he's going to like try to touch me or like, I don't know, maybe
I've actually got Freddo frogs inside. Do you want to come in?
I was like, well, I better.
I can see you with like a little Batman costume, a bag of like half-filled lollies.
Milky Top as well. Oh, they are my favourite.
Off I go.
Oh, you got a dungeon. What's downstairs? No, you don't want to look down there, mate. Oh shit!
That's for my top tier kids.
That's where
you're about a mid. I'm just glad you made the effort to come on my driveway.
That's where I keep the candy corn.
Shit! So man, I was with a group. We set up and we were going to It was a mate's girlfriend. I did not like at all.
You just got to say it.
I didn't like it. It was just
enough.
one, and I feel like every friend group's had that before, where your mate gets in a relationship and you just go, for them, I'm going to be nice, but fuck, I can't wait until like you're just done. You're just not a good person. I even get vibes you might cheat. Like I hate those. I hate when you look at someone, you're like, I don't trust you around my mate. Yeah, and there's way you can
act a bit odd on a night out as well. When you're together, it's sort of like,
you got to find that happy balance of somehow, conveying that to them without being a dick. Like supporting and like, actually, I don't know them as well as you do. But anyway, so there was a group of us. There would have been like maybe 6 to 10. Anyway, we get in the Maxi taxi. This girl had been drinking a lot, way too much.
Hit the price a bit much. Probably 3 cruises.
Most like all watermelon.
Oh, beautiful.
So then we get in and we're going to a club. And when you see someone like that, you just go, for fuck's sake, like, is this even worth the drive? Because
you're spot on.
This is a half an hour drive. Sure, it's going to be fun with all of us together, but we're one of those groups where if you can't get in, most likely now this person's going to go, oh, well, I better go home with her. And now that person's going to go, well, I'm not going out if he's not going out.
Correct.
And it's just
the
domino effect of
and it
depression.
Happens so quick. It happens so quick.
How quick can it happen on a night out?
Seriously, it's a 10. Everyone at Prees is loving life. As soon as one of the homies can't get in, fucking 9. Bang. Then because that homie can't get out, their best mate, 9 times out of 10, if they're not a fuckwit, is like, well, if he's not getting in, then I'm not getting in. And then because there's always some chick that was keen to see the guy, or the guy was keen to see the chick, they can't get in. So then they're not going. You're like, oh, fuck. If Big Jono isn't going, then I don't want to go. Like,
man, you're so spot on.
It's so quick, man. It is ridiculously
quick. It really
quick.
can. And as a guy's point of view as well, especially if it's your missus, you can't just be like, oh, well, I'm going to leave her in an Uber alone.
Exactly.
In this state.
You still have that one kid, though, that's like, oh, fucking not my problem. They shouldn't have been judged. And they just go in and you're like, you fuckwit. Like, you piece of shit. You fucking piece of shit.
I'm going to buy another drink because I'm glad you're out, but you piece of shit.
Well, you think I care? It's before 11. I got free entry and drink cards. Not my problem, Big J, so fucking couldn't handle these drinks.
Oh, God, I miss the drink cards. Yeah, so we get in the taxi. Everyone's having fun. She starts to do that. I think everyone knows when you look at someone, and you won't be able to see it on the Spotify, obviously, but that YouTube on YouTube you'll see that I'm just doing that slow head rock back to forth. It's not too much, but it's enough. And one eye's going down a little, the other's up. It's going back and forth.
Sounds getting a little low.
And you can tell they do the little.
Yeah.
Is this the hiccups?
Guilty.
I don't think it's the hiccups. Yeah. So we're in the taxi, and in the Maxi taxi, there was a little spot for the disabled section. So there's a lot of leg room.
Yeah, there's a ton of leg room. Very spacious.
Just take a turn a bit too hard, I guess. This girl chucks violently everywhere. Everywhere.
That's not good.
And I'm
been there, done that.
I'm in the very back, so I'm prime position. The smell's not going to hit me yet. I can see the visuals. I can laugh my ass off without getting judged.
You're chilling.
I'm good. The only thing is maybe I don't want to drink my drink a little bit more. Yep. And so we stop off. The Indian taxi driver was pissed. He was so mad because there is throw up all through it, and he has to clean it up.
Yeah.
Right? Even if he's getting paid, it's like I'm now missing a certain portion of my night. I'm now I'm getting paid to clean this up, but that's actually taking away from my night. And
Correct.
also, I don't want to clean up.
No one wants to clean up someone else's vomit.
So this girl, as the caring individual she was, we all get out of the taxi, and the side door's obviously open, and she's feeling bad, but also still very drunk.
Yeah, not really with it.
As much as we would like to wish this would happen, you chuck up and then bang, you're back to normal.
Yeah.
You can go again. It's not like that.
For most people, it isn't. For some, it is, but for most,
it's not. So she's still a bit, tipsy and just moving around too much. She sees the taxi driver use some baby wipes and trying to clean up the vomit, but also being like,
It's just spreading.
So she obviously felt bad, which is good. She felt bad.
That's good.
So
she's a real life person. She's not an NPC.
So if I could lay the scene, think of if you were to open up a Maxi taxi, the side door, you open it up, goes,
yeah,
there we go.
Love sound effects are always prime.
You step in, you got that flat surface where if someone was disabled, their wheelchair would go in.
Yep.
That's all flat, and then you got the chairs around it. That's where all the throw up is, right?
Okay.
She sees him cleaning up, and she goes, "Oh, I'll help." Whacks her arm on the flat surface, the very right of the door, and then held it down and swooshed all the vomit
That's so grim.
of the
That's
taxi
fucking
with her
really
hand,
grim. I don't like
trying
that.
to-
I don't like that.
Trying to make
Credit
sure
to her, but I don't like it.
trying to make sure she got all of it out. So, and I'm watching her flick out.
She's
this
just
vomit.
scooping it.
Oh, yeah, basically.
more or less, yeah.
Well, for the little bits, yeah. Oh,
Ugh.
mate, it was fucking disgusting.
What's the thing with vomit? Just, I know, like, touching on a subject that you don't really like. For me, people vomiting, I don't really care. It's more like that after stink that just, it just stays.
Yep.
And it just like, man, you could throw on like fucking 50 cans of deodorant and you'll still be like, nah, it still smells like.
What do you think of this, bro? I watched the other night. It was just a TikTok, and they were at a wine tasting, and this guy had obviously had too much, and he's standing in line waiting to pay, and it was one of the things where it just comes too quick, you can't control it, and he just throws up all on the girl.
Fountain.
Like, it just, a fountain on her jacket behind her, and she runs off. Oh, I would be so embarrassed. But we've all had that moment in a club where it's like, I know I might not make it to the bathroom in time. There might be a line, but I'm going to throw up no matter what.
Yeah.
Remember I found that bin?
Yeah.
And
man, I fucked up as well. There was one night, again, another classic example of, I don't know why, but if you're drinking in a car, no matter how far, like how little or far the car trip is, as soon as you step out of the car, if you've had like 3 cans, 2 drinks, and you're like been like sculling them, fuck me. As soon as you get out of the car and take a step, it just fucking hits different.
It
Like,
does.
it's either you'll have times where you're like, I fucking like am buzzing for that feeling, or there'll be times where it's like, oh no. And I had one of those, oh no, experiences. There was a local ATM, the infamous ATM that Luke would definitely know about. We used to go there all the time to get cash out for NG and whatnot. But getting out of the car and being like, fuck, I feel fucking terrible. I know what I'll do. A quick fucking tack vom. It's always a good one. Clear it out. Get a chewy into me. I'm good. Ended up throwing up a little bit on my shoes. And I was like, fuck, it's not ideal, but it's all good. I'll wipe them on like the grass and stuff like that. It's not that bad. Completely forgetting again, the smell sticks.
Yeah.
Main room dance floor. We're dancing. And I'm feeling 10 times better than what I was. Got me chewy going on and some more raspberry vodkas and Skittle bombs and whatnot. Then all of a sudden someone just said, oh, it smells like fucking vomit. Who's that? I'm like, yeah, who is that? That's fucked. Did not have the heart to say that it was me. And then I was just like, fuck, as soon as I got home, I think I'd bin the shoes. I was just like,
It got to,
man, I was just like, fuck.
It's
Like, I
hard.
can't live this down. Like, this is shit.
Man, speaking of something you can't live down, so going back to Formal and Deb,
Yes.
right? I don't know if I've told you this.
Okay.
Did I ever tell you I got asked to Deb?
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you would know, as we've spoken about, Formal's not too bad because it's a group setting. There's no eyes on
Yeah,
you.
formal's pretty chill.
Deb, the whole going out and like, I guess when I was like 16, asking a girl to Deb was nerve-wracking for me. Not wanting to do it, not wanting to dance. Not
Then
apparently
learning the dance.
learning the dance after school. I mean, that's my time. That's my gaming
correct.
time.
No, you're correct. You're so spot on.
And I'm very protective about my alone. I get very excited when I have a day to myself to do, like for now for the business. I get extremely excited to edit and make sure I get as much out as possible. So when some people say, let's do this, let's do that, I'm just like, fuck, I can't really be bothered. And
It does get like that, man. Like, you're speaking facts.
this is one of those things where I was like, I don't want to fucking do this. So all of it, I was like, nope, I'm very happy. My parents wanted me to do it so badly.
Yeah,
like they were like, you
fuck.
can't miss out. This is one of those things you'll regret if you
Rare
do.
opportunity.
And I hate that because I don't
Well, then
regret
there's
it at all.
pressure again.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, is it going to be one of those things I regret? And it's in my head, but I don't regret not doing it at all. There's no part of me. I'm like, thank God I didn't do it.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
And with the white gloves and everything.
Yeah,
like that.
them silky gloves.
Those silky gloves. Mate, this girl, really good friends with her, absolutely lovely girl, couldn't say anything bad about her. Because Deb wasn't in my mind at all. I didn't know that she wanted to ask me.
Let alone the reaction that it would bring, clearly.
So, we're in photography. Remember photography?
Oh, great subject. What a blood subject.
Again, blood subject. So we're all just sitting at the front of the...
Talking shit.
Teacher's not even there, I don't think.
Taking some photos.
Somewhere in the photo room.
Shooting the basketball because I'm doing photography, so I'm getting action shots.
What does a photography teacher care? He maybe get one person who cares about the class every 5 years. So, anyway, she's at the front. She's like, oh, look, have you going to Deb with anyone? I'm like, no, I'm actually not. But what I should have said was, no, you couldn't catch me dead, like, at that.
Yeah, I'm not
location.
interested. You fucking leading everyone on that years, mate.
So then, in front of, like, 10 people.
Crowd goes silent.
She grabs a whiteboard marker.
The hay bale comes in.
She goes to the whiteboard.
Oh, no.
And she writes, Will. And I already know what's coming.
You're like,
You. And I'm like, oh, please shout you something at the canteen.
will you play down? Oh, I don't know.
Death rally. Go to Deb with me. And she looks at me with like the whiteboard marker in hand, a few people looking at me, and I was stumped. And I went, oh no, I don't want to go to that thing. And I felt so bad the minute it came out of my eyes. Like my eyes. The tears were coming out of my eyes. I felt so horrible, mate. So this is what's worse.
Imagine you like, it's like, will you go to Deb with me? And then you just like quickly duck down and you're like, I think she's asking you.
Tell my parents, they go nuts at me. They're just like, that poor girl, how dare you? That took a lot of courage. Go with her. That poor girl, she might be crying right
You
now.
can't fucking go with someone that you said no either. That's like a lose-lose.
So they made me feel so bad that I Facebook messaged her.
Okay, nice.
And I said, look, if the offer's still there, I guess I'll go with you. She asked someone else at the end of the day.
That sounds even worse.
It was.
That sounds so bad.
Now
it just sounds desperate.
Exactly. And I didn't want to do it. This was just pressure from a fucking third
party.
party.
That's the same though. How many people in our friendship group as well who did Deb, they were like, oh, like they were already together, like in our friendship group, and then like they did Deb together. And then you hear so many, I swear I still hear this to so I was like, no, why would I want to do Deb with like my partner? Like I'm already with them enough as it is. I want to do it with someone else. And in my head I'm like, look, I get it, but like at the same time, like when you want to do it with like the person you're already in love with, like
special
what the fuck?
moment.
Like you're all dressed up, you're looking good, especially at like that. Because mate, like at that age, when the fuck are you actually wearing like a suit and like a white, like really,
literally, yeah.
like you go on to fucking parties in fucking trackies, a hoodie, like
the only thing that enticed me about Deb was the after party.
Yeah, oh, that's legit. Like biggest reason why I wanted to go to Deb.
And I heard that it was pretty average after that. So there's no part of me that regrets it. I think I would have played whatever COD was out that night.
More than likely. That's what we were doing, man. That's what we did.
Yeah, so, but before we go, limos, honestly, I think I once got in a limo with the guy drove up. We had too many people, so every time we had to go over a speed bump, all of us had to get out of the car, him go over the speed bump, then get back in.
That's fucking hilarious. That's so fucking
And then I had to sit in the front as well because there's too many people in the back.
That's even worse.
As I get out of the limo, I grab like the seal that's around the door and I rip it off by accident. So this limo driver had said to me, he goes, I've been doing this for 20 years. The group before you guys was probably the worst group I've ever had in my life. Just a bucks party with no respect and would just throwing drinks at me. It was the worst night of my life. And I'm ripping the party's car as I'm getting out. So I remember getting in the front trying to create conversation like,
hey, mate, been doing this long?
Literally. That's how I know he did it for 20 years. Yeah. And I said, what was the craziest thing? He's like, I get proposals all the time. And I was like, geez, how many times you can say no? No, I didn't say that. I said, really? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, do you ever get a rejection? He's like, I got one. He's like, that was an awkward fucking car ride. He's like, he proposed halfway through. We were on a Crown, and I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, why didn't you wait till you got to Crown? That's some fuck up right there.
Yeah, so...
Shit, not in a Hummer, not in the limo.
But when we had to get out for speed bumps, I'm like, this is so unprofessional.
Yeah. It really is.
I think we only had one person over, and if I look at that person, she may have weighed 50-something kilos.
Oh, well, fuck, surely that's
Tiny girl, and I'm like, come on, mate.
Fucking hell.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is Morokaii with 2 eyes. Hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you in the next one.
Boom.
Boom.